Hi, and welcome.
I'm Z.
And I'm Keith.
And we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we had humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show.
Halloween! Sleepwalkers! Spook-athon!
Hit it.
Which reminds me,
Alive. Alive.
oh yeah, okay. IMDb trivia is so ripe with just things that do not. During a Q&A celebrating the film's 25th anniversary, director Mick Garris revealed that the Enya song Bodicea, I don't know, was chosen for the film only because of all the songs provided to him by Sony Music at the time for cross-promotion. It was the one song he felt fit the tone of the film. Yep, that's pretty much what, okay.
Of all the things available to him, this is the one he chose.
Exactly. This one.
And that's why it's in the movie.
I do think that it was a good choice for the film, and I think it actually adds more. Because, like, it sounds, like, kind of creepy.
Right.
But it's, like, a good song, and it's not, like, something that's, like, too, like, I think some films...
Out of context, if you didn't know the song, you wouldn't guess it's Enya.
You wouldn't guess it's Enya, but also it doesn't give, like, a timestamp, right? It doesn't tell you, like, the year the most popular music at the time of this film. Or, like, you can tell the type of music that was popular. It doesn't really do that. So I'm, like, a big fan of movies that utilize music kind of irregardless of when they come out.
Right.
And just worry about, like, whether they're using a song that came out in the last couple of years, in the last 30 years, in the last, like, a weird song that you've never heard of, things like that, where it's, like, it's playing a song that they're, that's reflecting something in the movie. It's not necessarily trying to give you a timestamp.
Right.
And so I appreciate that, and that's how I feel the song works in this film. Yeah, okay. I was like, I hope I didn't push record.
And fortunately, that cue doesn't get used as much as Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's his favorite song. Alice Craig speaks in inhales, like
in sibilance.
there's another trivia which is very hilarious to me because it's like okay. Mick Garris said there were a couple of ideas he put into the film that hadn't been in King's original script. One is the introduction and title sequence from the page in the Book of Arcane Knowledge, which he invented, to give it a little backstory. The other was a scene where the Sleepwalkers are making love.
Making
Quote,
love?
Quote, no, they're not making love, they're fucking. So I don't know why you said making love. Anyway, whatever. Garris said, laughing about the sex scene between Brian Krause and Alan Craig. That was to show with the blue glow that he sucks out of Tanya, he sucks the life force out of a virginal woman and feeds it sexually to his mother. Injects it into his mother, if you will. A hot beef injection. With the same blue glow. So those are my two attempts to make it as clear as it needed to be as far as King and I felt. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because that was not clear to me at all. So I'm so glad it was so clear.
I also remember a blue glow when they were doing it. Right,
it's purple. It's a purple glow when they're doing it. And it doesn't look the same when it's coming out of her as when the bed is glowing underneath them while they're monster fucking. I guess it got a fucking X rating or something like that.
Oh, hot.
Because, it had to get a bunch of stuff cut out of it because it kept getting, like, NC-17 ratings or whatever. I guess they had, like, a shot, like, from the back, like, of, like, dude, like, fucking his mom.
Okay.
Like, from, like...
Full ass.
Yeah. And... And he's like, luckily I covered myself by doing like just one above shot so that if that got cut, it wasn't going to like completely take. But like, I'm like, yeah, why did you think that it was that like a porno shot was going to be like, I feel like this conveys that they're fucking. Yeah, everything conveys that they're fucking. From the literally opening scene in the movie, it's conveyed that they fuck. I'm not complaining.
Right.
But I was like...
It's not subtle.
I was a little confused. Okay, no. So going in... So the movie starts with Mark Hamill. And this was not... Like... I've never in my life questioned whether or not something was Mark Hamill because he just looks like Mark Hamill's Mark Hamill. You see his face, you hear his voice, and you're like, that's that dude. I know who he is.
Sheriff, what do you think happened? I don't know, but somebody sure doesn't like cats.
But he was wearing like a mustache in this. I don't know if it was his homegrown mustache or it was a faux mustache. But for some reason, I was like, I don't know who this is. I'm like, I would say it's Mark Hamill, but this mustache is confusing the shit out of me. And I don't know why. I was just like...
Also, he's a cop?
I'm like, yeah, it's Mark Hamill, but it's got a mustache. So I can't be sure if it's Mark Hamill. I don't know why. But it was like everything looked like Mark Hamill, but I was like, that mustache though is really throwing me, and we had to like Google it, and yes, it's Mark Hamill, but like
I just want to say for the record, I did not use Google for... That's
fair.
Any point.
Keith used IMDb and then stopped and said, I don't think it's him, and I just Googled Mark Hamill Sleepwalkers, and that's all I did, and it just said, Mark Hamill forgot he was in Sleepwalkers. Mark Hamill doesn't remember shooting.
It's almost like he's sleepwalked through the shooting, filming.
So yeah.
Whoever it is really hates cats.
The confused.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fake animal.
Yes.
Murder.
Yeah.
In this, so trigger warning if that's hard for you. For me.
But there's also a lot of fake animal murdering. Like the animals are the one murdering.
Yeah, for sure. They get the...
Yeah, they get their lick.
Correct. None of it's... Well, the opening sequence actually is, for me, was the most, like,
Oh, interesting.
realistic
Interesting.
of the animal.
I would. It was the opposite for me.
Everything else was very clearly fake to me, so it
Yeah.
didn't bother me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not easily bothered by that. Sometimes I am.
Yeah.
But mostly I found it awesome and humorous.
Oh, it was great. I was
Like when dude shoots her and the cat goes flying.
oh my god. Oh my god. We went back and watched that a couple times.
Yep.
That was just oh my god. Like I'm glad we ended with this one because god damn. This was
I almost want to watch it again because I had
know.
to pee every 15 minutes. I'm not kidding. I had
It's
to
true.
and stop. And
Yeah.
I think I had a dookie at one point.
You
Because
did, yes. Yeah. You did
So,
have the dookie.
There's like no continuity watching it, and it was all my fault. And
There's no continuity.
it's just like
Where's this coming from? I was just in the bathroom, and now suddenly there's a bunch of cats. What's
Right.
this? What is this?
yeah. And the thing with the cats is I didn't really get. It's not clear to me. Like
What I don't understand is how they were able to do anything ever.
what do you mean?
Because those cats are like camped out, like with
Right.
like knives behind their back.
Well, I
waiting
think
for
that's.
'em. And then they
it
just
seems to be like guy can get past them, but mom can't, and that's why she stays home and why he has to do the hunting
but
or
he
whatever.
can't though.
I mean, more
Also-
than she can, right?
I guess. But also, like, I didn't understand. I mean, I definitely want to read the book now because I'm like, I don't understand how anything happened.
right.
Like, I didn't understand why she couldn't feed.
Right.
I get that she needs to get porked or whatever by her kid. That's fine. That's great. I don't
That
mind.
totally makes sense.
That makes sense to me. But, like,
Okay, I need to confess that I did not read the opening text about Sleepwalkers. So if that gave any context, I missed it.
yeah, I know. I was just looking at the pictures. I didn't really give a shit because I'm like, this is just fake.
Okay.
Bullshit.
So you didn't
I
read
knew
it
it was
either?
fake because I'm like none of these images are even done that well to look old. Like they don't even look that old. They just look like I'm like so I wasn't buying it, so I didn't really give a shit about any. I almost said like what I love about this is they didn't try that hard to make it look realistic. They're just like, oh, these cats are attacking a witch burning at the stake. I'm like, oh right, yeah. What? Like, first of all, the cats looked like cats, so you know that it's not ancient because they did not know how to
have,
do that.
Like, human faces.
Apparently, they looked. You could tell that it was someone drawing a cat, and I'm like, fake. If some old ass bitch from 800 years ago was drawing a cat, it would not look like a cat. It would look like a little old man with a tail, and that's how you would know it was a fucking cat. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't get why she couldn't feed. I didn't get. I like there was a lot of stuff in it that I liked. I liked how little they, this sounds sarcastic. I like how little they explained stuff
Yeah.
because I don't. A lot of times in stuff they explain stuff and
Also
it takes
didn't-
the magic out of it, and I kind of like not totally knowing and being confused by it makes it more like, what does this mean? Ooh, I don't know. Like when they dim themselves, I thought that was fucking cool.
That was
I thought
cool.
that was so fucking cool, and how he changed the car and like the
Yeah.
I liked that shit. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying before, so the plot of the movie is like a mother and son move into town, whatever.
Travis, Indiana.
And so
Our opening scene with, I almost said Scott Hamill? Dorothy Hamill is set in Bodega Bay, California.
yeah. And like immediately you see like the corpse of of someone with braces, and they're like, that's a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so funny to me because I know so many like 30 plus people who have braces, like
Right.
so many adults. Because I don't know if you know this, a lot of people can't afford braces when they're kids, and then once they get money, or can't afford braces or to fix their teeth, they're in their fucking like 20s to 30s. So a lot of people I know have fucking braces. Anyway, well, not a lot of people I know. I'm trying to avoid saying I know a lot of sex workers that are like
Gwen
my
Stefani.
age. That she had braces on for like 2 weeks, and then she took them off herself.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
That's never.
Yeah, no,
should
that's
happen.
not recommended. Don't do that. Anywho.
I can't use no browser. This is not doing nothing.
I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to bring you my
Yeah.
regular
He's
amount
vegan.
of useless information.
So, yeah. So I thought they were going to be like the protagonists in the film because it's kind of shown from their
Yeah.
point of view.
Right.
And like, so I was like, oh, we're going to get like a redemption arc from the kid. And so I kept like expecting that. And that does not happen.
No.
And so at first I was confused because I was like, they're not doing a lot to make you feel sympathy for these people. And I was like, I'm really hoping that we're not seeing him like be this horrible person and then he survives in the end. I'm like, I really don't. I'm really not up for that. And then I kind of liked, I'm pretty sure you didn't, by how annoyed you seemed from it all. But when Midhian, after she gets attacked, how she's like, everybody keeps like, I don't know. There was something about it that I was like, this is really interesting because like everyone's very worried about her. And like at one point, I don't know if you caught this, but they're like, do her parents know that basically they're like, parents know that she wasn't raped?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, they know. And so I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody thinks this is like an attempted sexual assault.
Right.
And like that he's trying to, and that this is like, and that was a really interesting sort of like how she's like in her bath and her mom's like, she's trying to get clean. Like that stuff was like really interesting to me because I was like, oh, that's a really, like, I feel like for being a horror movie and for being like, you know, having like a lot of like incest and like all that stuff, they really kind of like gave space to her, like not knowing how to handle what happened, not know how to handle being attacked by a man. And I don't know, there was something about it. I was like, oh, I appreciate this because they're not telling you anything. They're just showing how like,
yeah, and it's also she's not
portrayed
as like stupidly naive or
right, yeah. Right.
Like it was her fault for being too trusting or whatever.
Yeah. And obviously, and it's also like he wasn't trying to sexually assault her. He was trying to literally kill her.
Yeah.
But like, you know, he was just like holding her down, you know, onto the ground and like, you know, like, I mean, obviously he was like physically attacking her and being like horrible and like, you know, telling her he was going to kill her. And it was like this, I mean, that would be like a terrifying thing for like a 16 or 17-year-old girl to like experience. And, you know, they're all like really worried about her emotional state kind of. And I was like, oh, I appreciate this, that they're not, because I feel like usually with stuff like this, it's like, you know, the parents will be like, I told you not to go, or like, you know, you did this thing, even though, you know, you were always so good. I thought that, you know, like there's this sort of like blamey aspect and there's none of that that's happening.
Totally.
Like there's no blame that's happening to this girl whatsoever. And I'm like, oh, I feel like that's something I felt really refreshed by that because I feel like that's never something that you see.
It's also only implied that she's a virgin, basically.
Yeah.
And only because.
And they just say like she's nice, right? She's a nice girl, right? Like that's basically how they say it.
What's her name?
Tanya Robertson.
Is she nice?
She's nice. I'm sure of it. She's pure.
Good. I'm famished, Charles.
Like I'm pretty sure she's nice, and like, so like, that's like a very interesting sort of, like it doesn't don't come right out and say like, we need someone with a hymen or whatever.
Right. I love how important that is in
Yeah.
so much folklore and mythology and
Yeah. I mean, I put it in my book.
Oh, yeah?
My witch book that like
wouldn't.
it's sort of I know that it's sort of like a myth that it's virgins, but it was often virgins that weren't like diseased. So that's why they were attacked by witches more. Or that's why because it was more likely to find someone who's So I just like made that sort of like connection. Like
Nice.
no one actually gives a shit. It's
Right.
about who has like
the clap.
Yeah. And that's all that matters. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know, there was just something about that I sort of appreciated and
Yeah.
I did like that, like I don't know, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Same. I think it's helped by the cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, people that turned out to I don't think they were well known at the time, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, she had been on Twin Peaks by then, right?
Yeah. Probably
But
think so, yeah.
Ron Pearlman
Yeah.
shows up. I mean, Mark Hamill, obviously,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Krieg.
Yeah. Who knows?
Oh, who else? We got some others. The black cop is amazing. He's hilarious.
I know.
I
Yeah.
would look his name up, but I can't.
Oh, the fucking song he's singing, like what the fuck was that? Hilarious. Please insert now.
I shall.
Element live, element right. Come on, you fucking turkey, get your right foot right. Get off the stage, you fucking jerk, you know.
But like, I don't know if he's making it up. Like, no idea. It's the
It's
most
unfamiliar to me.
ridiculous lyrics I've ever heard, and I was just like, please, more of this.
There's two clips, and the first one sounded vaguely familiar to me, like maybe he was riffing on a known thing,
Yeah.
and then the second one, I was just no idea.
He looks so familiar to me,
Yeah, he's one of those guys spinning some things.
but. Oh, he's been in The Bold and the Beautiful. That's not really one that I've watched, though.
Is that a soap opera? Mm-hmm. Excuse me, daytime drama? Sorry, Randall.
Do people really get offended at that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I can't imagine.
I remember my mom was like so like anti soap operas
Yeah.
and was like, they're trash and blah, 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 blah. And if my grandma would watch them every day and she would like record that, like my grandma slept all day.
Oh,
my
okay.
grandma would like go to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning and she would sleep until like 5, like 4 or 5. But she would get up at like noon or so for lunch every day. And so like my mom
Hot dogs and
hot
Mr.
dogs. Well, everything, it was always Mr. Pibb. There was nothing other than Mr. Pibb
Gotcha.
ever. It would be hot dogs and pickle slices and grapes. And that was her lunch. Sliced
Grapes.
hot dog. The hot dog had to be sliced. Yes, there had to be a certain, I think like 16 grapes, or not 16 grapes, like, well, yeah, maybe 16 grapes and like so many pickle slices or whatever, eight pickle slices, 8
What
grapes.
kind of pickle?
Dill.
Whole. You say slices, but
Yeah. Yeah, I
she
think
slice them or she get them pre-cut?
she sliced them. And that's why she had severe arthritis,
Right.
so someone had to come
Do it
over
for
and
her.
cut her hot
Yeah.
dogs for her. I think her hot dogs might have been diced too. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever.
Sorry.
No, I'm getting
Not really.
too caught. I'm like trying to remember specifically the obsessive compulsive meal that my grandma ate every single day until she died. Not important.
I'm going to try it. We'll brand
I
the
mean,
hot dog.
honestly, I'm going to be honest that I know that I do that same thing. Like I have like safe foods that I eat and I do the same shit. So sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. I mean, literally, like every night I eat fried tofu and then a tiny little salad, and
Well,
I
but
do that.
I'll give you this much. You know, it rotates.
It does rotate. It does rotate. I will give myself that much too. It does rotate,
And you're not, well, as far as, I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but you also don't, like, count. It doesn't have to be 16 grapes.
It's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't, the fried tofu that I eat, sometimes I have a varying amount of fried tofu depending on what the tofu looks like. Because you get
sure.
Keith buys like the big, huge blocks that you get from the co-op because it's the fucking best tofu. And
shout out to Soy Boy.
Yeah. And it comes in like a giant square. So like, and like I'm someone, I can't like cut a chunk off of something. Like I have to cut a straight. Right.
Kidding
Yeah.
me?
I don't know who would do that. I just mean, I know that like some
It's
people.
not cake.
Exactly. Some people are like psychotic and they'll see a square and they'll be like, oh, I'll just cut something out of it or like pull a piece off of it. Those people, jail, imprisonment, life sentence, no escape. So I just slice a line off of it, but like the line changes depending on the size of the tofu. So like it does, whatever. Anyway, oh my God. So, when my mom would be tasked with helping my grandma with lunch, I would end up watching General Hospital with her every day. Like, and I would see it, and the first like 2-3 episodes, you're like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. How can you take this seriously? And then you're like, wait, how do they know it? You're like invested. And so like sometimes like I would like if my mom was gone, I would like turn on General Hospital so I could see what was going on. I'd be like, I have to know what's going on. I think General Hospital, I can't remember. There's one. Days of Our Lives was the other one. I think Days of Our Lives has Luke and Laura. And that was like this long-standing... Luke and Laura being the wife of played by the wife of Jonathan Frakes. So like, it's this whole love story between Luke and Laura and whatever. Anyway, Days of Our Lives and General Hospital were the two that I would like try to watch, you know? And sometimes I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna... I'd like jokingly be like... Oh, I'm just going to put on Days of Our Lives and watch it, you know, as a joke. And, like, see how long I could get away with it before my mom was like, okay, you're actually watching this. It's not a joke anymore. You need to change the channel. And, like, I would just see how long I could get away with having it. I'd be like,
nice.
Or, like, I'd put it on there. Like, there'd be, like, a game show or something, and I'd put it on there. And then it'd be like, next up, Days of Our Lives. And I'd just be like, la, 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 I'm busy. I'm not noticing that this... like oh crazy.
I lost track of
but it's also like super impressive because like the amount like that's in like the way that soap operas are literally 5 days a week,
and like the ones you've named have been running for like 40-50 years now.
Insane to me. like they just keep going, and like it's so crazy, like the amount of stuff. And that's so impressive to me.
Yeah.
Like it's trash TV. I'm not going to lie and say that it's not. But it's also like, what else? How else are you going to keep something alive?
Can we dispense with the idea that I'm so past the idea that in the realm of like what is commercially available to us, that there's any distinction. Like there's no... Severance or fucking what was the one we were talking about? Billions or Succession. Succession. Excuse me. Like these aren't higher art than anything else.
I agree. Yeah. It's like
it's either all. It's on some level it's propagandistic. On another level it's classist propaganda.
Yeah.
And on a anyway.
No, I mean, like, anybody, like...
I'm not saying I don't enjoy any, but obviously we do this fucking podcast.
Exactly.
And we watch trash movies.
Exactly.
But, anyway.
I think, as I've stated in the past, I think that this podcast has helped me appreciate trash movies even more.
Yeah.
Because I think when people hold movies to a standard, like all movies have to meet this specific standard, I think it lessens the enjoyment of the film. Like, it's not even about like you're being like classist or you're being like whatever. It's literally like, just let something be bad sometimes. Like, let something be trash and let yourself laugh at it. Like, something can, like, I fucking love Twilight. I fucking love that movie. Do I think it's serious at all? No. It's garbage. It's so fucking hilarious to watch it. And, like, there's so much that's, like, just garbage about that movie. And I will watch it anytime because it's so fucking funny to me. And it was like that the first time I watched it. I was like, I don't know who takes this shit seriously. This is so fucking funny to me.
Well, the source material took itself seriously, yeah.
Like, I mean, if it wasn't for Twilight, we wouldn't have 50 Shades of Grey, man.
I know. Can you imagine a world?
And then Don Johnson's daughter wouldn't have had a vehicle.
Who?
Don Johnson's daughter wouldn't have had a vehicle.
I thought you meant a literal mode of conveyance.
Yeah.
Like a car. But it's fun. It's great because Twilight is already Mormon fanfic.
I know.
So to make a fanfic of a fanfic,
yeah,
I'm all about it. I mean, all about that idea. I'm not all about Twilight.
For sure, for sure.
I've tried, but
I just love that, like, a vampire, like, makes her wait till marriage to have sex with her.
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny.
It's already doming. That's already BDSM.
Oh my God.
Edging.
Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, how'd we get on to...
We were talking...
daytime television.
Dude, Cop, fun,
yes.
Great Cop was on a soap opera.
Yes, what else? What's his name, please?
His name...
Say his name.
His name... Oh my God. Dan Martin.
I thought there was a Martin in there, but I didn't want to sound racist.
You didn't want to... Oh, I thought you were going to say you didn't want to get my hopes up.
Oh, yeah.
Martin?
Martin Danovan.
Oh my God. He was in Earth versus the Spider. I don't know. He's been in a lot of things.
Yeah.
He was in Ally McBeal. He was in Leprechaun 5. He was in Roswell.
All right.
He was in Dawson's Creek. He was in Family Law. Pensacola Wings of Gold. Clueless. The TV series.
Oh, okay.
He was in an episode of News Radio.
Okay.
He was in Rush Hour playing FBI Gate Guard number 2.
Nice. Holler.
He was in Prey. He was in Profiler. He was in The Practice.
Okay.
He was in
right.
The Pretender.
Okay. All the P words.
Pacific Blue, NYPD Blue, ER, Nowhere Man. Oh.
Which one's that?
That's one that you've never seen that I've told you about.
Yeah.
Because it had Megan Gallagher in it. And that's
Okay.
what I know Megan Gallagher from.
Okay.
Also Bruce Greenwood. And it was about a guy that was
Greenwood,
like...
okay.
A guy who has to erase his own identity to...
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think I confused it with Equilibrium.
The movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Nowhere Man's a series.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, that guy's great. Dan Martin.
Yeah. Shout out.
Who else though? Pearlman. I feel like we get somebody else.
There were the two people that you said it. You said it was a sweet story. The
parents,
Mithian's film parents were married in real life because they met on the set of Ferris Bueller, also playing a married couple. And Keith said, "I think I like that story."
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember. I feel like there's some other
There's not really anybody in this movie, though.
favorite character
The
actors down the
teacher
line.
that gets his hand bit
Oh, yeah.
off.
He's familiar.
He
And
was in
good.
Beetlejuice. He was like the homosexual in Beetlejuice.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it was interesting. There was enough incest to keep me paying attention.
Hard.
Now, let me just tell you. I'm going to tell you this because I know that all of you are like, tell me about TikTok drama. So Keith is literally going on Google and buying a gun to shoot himself with right now. There is
Downloading 3D printer. It was so funny.
You're downloading a 3D printer.
3D printing, schematics for a gun.
Gunt.
I'll just close them then.
So on TikTok, well, it's not just on TikTok, but like TikTok is where I see
I'll
a
go
lot
pee.
of discourse. No, I don't think you would be disinterested in this. It's talking about censorship. And there is a thing called Kinktober, which I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about Kinktober. But the Kinktober list, number one on it is incest, right? And so there's this huge backlash over people who enjoy incest in fan fiction or fiction in general. And people think that it should not be allowed to exist in fiction form. And they fully believe that people should be punished, prosecuted for writing fiction that has incest in it.
We probably shouldn't depict any crime in fiction then.
And there is this big debate happening where people think that if you're writing it, now I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I think I talked about this with you and Bunny a little bit, but I don't know a lot of it. There was an author in Australia who was arrested for writing DDLG, a DDLG fiction book. She was arrested.
Good.
And people are saying that that's a good thing. And
Absolutely.
people people who are more like me, i.e. people who understand that that is a very fascist, dangerous pipeline to do. It's not even a pipeline. That's just a slide. That's just a fucking,
it's a 1-2 step.
Yeah. And people think that should be happening here in the U.S. And we're on that way. We're going in that direction.
Yeah.
But there's a big, people are unable to understand that there is a difference between fiction, something being written, and something actually happening. And people think that if it's being written, it is literally a criminal or should be a criminal act to write about it. And it's very frustrating for a lot of people who are like, hey, I'm getting my master's in, this kind of thing. And you need to understand that take is dangerous and very bad. And people just being like, I'm 17 years old and I shouldn't be reading, I shouldn't know anything about this. And people being like, yeah, you shouldn't. So why are you? What the fuck are you talking about? It's actually I get really panicked about it sometimes because I'm like, this is so there is a blend or merging of, or not merging, but there is becoming a very drastically sudden incapability of discerning between reality and fiction. And I think the rise of AI is partially, but a very small part. I think it's going to add to it as time goes on. But because AI is even in the spectrum of talk, I think people are giving more credence to something that's not real.
Yeah.
And, there are tons of ways that you can talk about, like, if you want to talk about things like AI generated pedophile material, people argue that's like, it's not real children, so no one's being harmed, but like it has to propagate that data from real people. So it is real people. Like it's going to be taking.
Based on how the current AI models operate. Yes.
And also that behavior shouldn't necessarily be encouraged. Like someone can get help for it, not necessarily be giving into it just safely, quote unquote.
Harm reduction.
Right, exactly. Like these things, like that's a conversation that I think people could have where you're talking about what's real versus what's not. You know what I mean? Like that would be like, okay, let's have that discussion. That's not what's happening. People are like literally going to like fanfic websites and like talking about how none of these things should exist. And they're like, do you know why tags exist? Tags exist so that you can hide fics that have things you don't like in them.
Tags?
Yeah, like when you like a hashtag or something like that, like if they include like incest, if they include like murder, if they can include cannibalism, things like that. Like you can hide those. You can like choose not to see those when you're looking things up. So you can literally like, look for something, and if you're like, oh my God, I don't want to see anything with incest, you can make that possible when you're looking up like on a lot of these like fan fiction websites. But people think, no, you should be criminalized for even writing it and possibly even reading it. And I bring that up because of this movie and how this movie, it is not telling you that incest is good. It's not telling you that it's like a positive thing. It's showing you sort of that it exists, but it's also not demonizing it. I mean, the villains in it are incestuous, but it doesn't explain it. It doesn't talk about it. It's just something that's happening.
Right.
And I'm like, this is a very good example of like, someone would literally argue that it's being romanticized in this movie, even though it's just being shown. It's not really being like...
It's interesting.
Yeah. And like...
I would argue it's being vilified.
Right, exactly, right. But that's what I'm saying, because people don't understand. People are becoming more and more incapable of discerning what things mean, like what fiction means, what is actually harmful. Like there's someone I think on TikTok. Well, I don't think on TikTok. There's someone on TikTok. Their username is Cloud, and they are like, they're basically like getting a PhD or something in,
Something.
Yeah, something to do with like fiction. I don't know, or in media. I don't know, something to do with like whatever. And they're talking about like how anything like. Something shouldn't be criminal. Like there is no harm that comes from writing about something. Like something can be written about it. It's not literally happening to literal people. If it's a fiction writing, it's not real, and there's nothing wrong with it inherently. Just, reading or writing something like that is not inherently bad. And the way that they are legitimately like... I mean, people are angry that they're saying this. They're like, no, something's wrong with you. Like, you need to be punished. You need to be imprisoned. You need to be, like, it needs to be criminalized. It needs to not exist. I don't like it. Therefore, it should not exist. And it's a very scary thing for me because I don't understand what happened. Like, I know that something happened to make this sort of like this crossover, and I know some of it was the pandemic, and like it's probably a bunch of things happening at once, but it seems so sudden to me.
Yeah.
That there is a and people are like legitimately like joking about how like sex workers should kill themselves because they think sex work is work. People who don't vilify sex work should die. Things like that. Like these kinds of like jokes are being spread around. Right. And it's like, but at the same time, like you're telling sex workers, you're telling people who say like sex work is work, people who aren't actively vilifying sex work, that they should die, while also stating that fiction should be criminalized.
Yeah, right.
What is happening?
Yeah.
So like this is like, I think this is, I mean, and I'm bringing it up because I think, you know, talking about sort of like the way that this movie is written is a very interesting, like, it had, like, there were times that I was actually uncomfortable watching the movie. Like, but I don't want to say that it's bad or shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't. Like, how long it takes for her to get away was like oh, yeah. I was like hard.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say like, I wish it wasn't like that, because I'm like, I do want to feel that. Like, I think it's important for you to be like, oh God, like, is she gonna, at a couple points I was like, I don't know if she's gonna make it, because he kept being able to like get to her and find her and come after her, and everyone was like coming after her, and she was, you know, no one was listening to her at first. You know, she was like, you have to get away. You know, like, this isn't something that you're just going to be able to, like, you know, you're not going to pull out your gun and everything's going to be fine. Like, you have to, like, we have to get away. And like, I was like, oh, this is hard a little bit, but that, I was like, that's a good thing. Like, this should be hard. Like, it shouldn't be easy to watch something like that. It shouldn't be easy to watch a woman being held down, you know?
No, yeah, right.
And and I was like almost impressed by how in this, you know, Stephen King story, this like cheesy 90s horror, like I was feeling like anxious, you know, and like I was like worried for this person, and I was like, wow, like Mädchen is really like giving it her all, and like even just like how her face was bruised,
I like
and
how many times she gouged out his eyes.
Well, the attention it gave to like her being like, when they asked to like take pictures of her bruises and stuff like that, I was like, they're giving this so much more attention than I've ever seen a movie do with like a woman's attack.
Especially in this kind of genre.
Yes.
Unless that's the focus, which...
Yeah. 100%. Yes. So there was just like, there were aspects of it. And so like it does make me think of like, I think it's such a scary thing to want to remove things that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because as bad as they can make you feel, sometimes you need to feel bad. You know, you should feel bad when you're watching a woman be attacked. You shouldn't feel good. It shouldn't be fun.
Yeah, but
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we should be. That's a criminal act, so we shouldn't depict it. Period.
Right.
So,
exactly.
And
right.
then we don't have to worry about that.
Right. And so like, I don't know, like the way that like the incest is like almost not even touched on. Like, it's showing you, but it doesn't. We're not talking about it. We're not discussing it. We're not saying anything about it. We're not discussing it outside of them just like boning like crazy. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. And so like it's a really interesting, like, watching movies like this is like, oh wow, could we lose this, you know? And we could. And like, to me, that's like a really scary thing to like, this is a ridiculous movie. This is not a serious movie. This is a movie about like fucking goofy ass I can't tell if that's brakes or if that's the little kid downstairs that screams.
That is a car.
Okay.
That happened earlier today, and I looked outside, and it was...
Okay. That's
looked like someone got a ride share, you know?
That's what it sounds like.
But no, I looked because I'm like, what the fuck? Brakes do not make that sound for that long.
That's what it's at. Every time I hit record when I'm filming clips, that's what I hear. It's so loud, and I'm like, oh my God. Well, anyway, would you recommend this movie?
I would, yeah.
Yeah, same. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really, I don't want to say it surprised me because it's not so much as a surprise, but I don't feel like it followed like the same sort of things you think it's going to follow. Like,
yes.
I was kind of like, not like I was saying, like how he's like literally carving her initial into his arm when it starts.
Forgot about that.
And he's like, Tanya, he's writing hearts on her.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to ask her. I want to, and then like, you know what his plan is, but he's like taking her out. And he's acting so sweet. You literally are like, well, he's not gonna like fucking try to kill her.
Well, and
then he does, but it does such a good job of convincing you.
Yeah.
That he's such a nice guy that he's not going to do anything. Like even when you see him with the teacher, he's so nice to Tanya and he's so gentle with Tanya. You're like, well, he's not going to do anything to her because it's very clear that he cares about her. And he's even like, do I really have to do this to her?
Right.
Like all this stuff. And then he's just like, what the fuck? You think you're special? Like you think I'm not going to, and I'm like, but I think it's a very good job of showing you how easy it is.
Sure.
To be convinced. Like we've convinced you that he's probably not going to do this to her because he cares about her. And then he does. And then he's like, I literally don't give a shit about you and I'm going to literally kill you. And you're like, oh, he's a bad guy. Okay, that's cool. And it's like, even though you're told repeatedly he's a bad guy and he's gonna kill someone, he's gonna kill people, you think it's not gonna be her.
Yeah, my only complaint about that is the stuff we see early on of him drawing a heart around her photo in the yearbook or whatever and carving her T into himself. I'm like, why would he be doing that when he's by himself alone?
I think that's the point though, is that he does not have the ability to like discern for like, he's been doing this, like this is something he does. So he's probably in some way romanticizing the process of it. Right. And like, oh, this is, if, it's a way to show his love to his mother. It's a way to take care of his mother. So he's like probably transfers that like feelings onto the person and it probably makes it a lot easier. Okay. So I don't know. I liked it because it makes you like, but it's also like crazy. Yeah. Dude is carving a T into his arm. Right. And you're like, oh, what the fuck?
With someone he hasn't even talked to yet.
Exactly. You're like, what the fuck?
It's also, I mean, I guess it does. It's like, it's an allegory about abusers.
Yes. Right? Yeah. They don't know. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like, it's like they're not... They do love this person. That's not what it's about. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's very much like, right, absolutely. Yeah, like that's, so yeah, I think that's part of why I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of doing something, which was really interesting. So I definitely recommend, trigger warning for, lots of, violence on female, and cats. But man, the cats get their lick back so good. Oh my God.
Very satisfying.
When it's like, when Clovis is just like,
it's really Clovis' story.
It's all Clovis. Yeah. When Clovis is beating the shit out of fucking whatever the kid's name is, I'm like, Charles, I think.
Yeah,
Charles. Maybe. And Clovis is like, I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it was so funny. And when the cop shoots her and the cat goes flying off of her, I mean, thank you for this film. This was amazing. I'm so glad we ended on it. With that being said, this is the last Hollerween
already.
I don't understand that, but what winners and losers? Let's go winners and losers. Okay. So we did. We started with Dolls. We started with
Oh,
Dolls.
yes, Dolls.
Punking Head. What was the Brad Dourif one? What's it called?
Oh, yeah. Spontaneous
Combustion. I was like, Inferno? And then Sleepwalk. I think Sleepwalkers wins for me, personally. That one wins. I think Spontaneous Combustion was so ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It really, really was just over the top. I think if there hadn't been so many, if the reshoots weren't so fucking obvious. Yeah.
Like Spontaneous Combustion, this movie also has John Landis.
Oh, yeah.
But then also, who was it?
Tobe Hooper.
Hooper, director of Spontaneous Combustion. And John Carpenter, is that who it was?
I think
in there?
So. Hang on.
Or maybe it was somebody else.
It's someone. Hang on.
I didn't recognize them.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh,
I never recognized John Landis because he's just a white dude with a beard and glasses. Also Stephen King. And that scene was hilarious.
Him just like bitching.
Yeah, and then
following everyone around to bitch.
And then I like that it just ends. Like it follows him and then it's just like drops that.
Hey, buddy. I ain't taking the rap on this. I lock this place up every night. It's not my fault if every pervert, weirdo,
well, don't talk to
horny...
me. Go talk to someone in charge. I'm busy.
Buddy.
Yeah?
Listen. It's not my fault if every horny kid and weirdo, pervert comes in here. I lock this place up. I don't need this action.
Okay, don't talk to me. Talk to the sheriff.
Sir, I checked 6 or 7 times.
Sheriff, hey.
Not now.
Stephen King, John Landis, Clive Barker. Tobe Hooper.
His name, Clive Barker.
And then Joe Dante. I don't know who that is.
Joe Dante, he's done some directing, but I'm trying to remember. I think I know him most as being the screenwriter that works with Verhoeven. But I think he also did like the last, or what is it? The Schwarzenegger one, the action hero, last action hero. I think that's Joe Dante.
Oh, he directed Inner Space.
Okay.
What? Inner Space, Amazon Women on the Moon. Oh, The Burbs. He directed The Burbs.
Okay, nice.
Twilight Zone, the movie. He
Directed by John Landis.
Oh, right. Wow.
Unless you're saying he directed it.
He directed
a segment.
Segment, yeah. Uncredited director of Rock and Roll High School.
What?
Yeah. The Howling.
Oh shit, we got to do that.
Gremlins.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Give me some of his writing credits.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry that I can't do this myself.
It's okay. It's just. Oh. It says he's written 2 things, so.
Oh, then who am I thinking of?
I don't know what you're thinking.
Disregard the part I said about Verhoeven then.
Yeah. I guess.
So I guess Dolls would be the last for me, but
yeah,
these are all. I feel like we did pretty even keel here.
Yeah. What was this?
Good selections.
What was it? We did Dolls and then Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I think Dolls and Pumpkinhead are probably tied.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I
same.
Yeah, we did a really good month this year because Pumpkinhead was good. It did a lot of things that were like surprising. Dolls was like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It fell a little flat for me, especially the end when it's like, oh, they're all dolls, so nobody really died or whatever. I'm like, boo.
Yeah.
And then
that one's sort of the least cohesive, let's say.
Yes.
The plot wise.
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah. I just mean.
But that one has, you got fucking.
I don't mean plot. I mean more like story.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
No, I know. I think that's funny. Why can't I think of his name? Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
In Spontaneous. I can't. I couldn't rate that low because
Right.
I've never seen a movie, never will again probably, where Brad Dourif is blowing fire out of his crotch. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yep.
Amazing. So we had a solid month. Like this was like a
Yeah, and
solid
I feel
month of like wild ass.
They're also kind of on the same plane of
yeah. Like what the fuck?
high, like a lot of emphasis on the like sort of special effects
Yeah.
area and wild ass performances and
Yeah.
plot holes.
Yeah.
I mean, Pumpkinhead performances it's a little different, but like I think they're more than other months.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
instance, when we do horror,
Right. Yeah.
I feel like it's more of an even.
I agree. I feel like Dolls is probably the least.
Fewer highs and lows, let's say.
Yeah.
Fewer peaks and valleys.
Yeah. I think. I think Sleepwalkers probably has like the least amount of like kills.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Maybe.
Unless you count no one as being dead in Dolls because they get turned into dolls, and then that one has but like.
Oh yeah.
But.
Does Enid get turned into a doll?
Who?
She just gets shot.
They all do. They all get turned into dolls. Yeah.
I don't remember Enid turning into a doll though.
She does. Her and
Isabel.
Isabel.
I know Isabel does because she's where hers is quoting the cover images that was created
Oh, that's right.
first. Yes.
But yeah, solid month.
Yeah, I put Dolls and Pumpkinhead on the bottom half.
Yeah.
And I think Spontaneous Combustion edged out Sleepwalkers slightly for me.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean Dourif, so I'll give you that. But
Yeah. Like, yeah.
yeah. I think Sleepwalkers just did things I wasn't expecting.
Oh, definitely.
Like I just like made
Same.
assumptions about it, and I wasn't necessarily wrong about those assumptions,
Right.
but
It definitely was better than I was afraid it would be.
yes, I thought it was
Being
gonna
a
be
90s Stephen King.
Exactly. I thought it was just going to be like way over the top, not taken seriously, just like overacting, and like
Yeah.
I know the dude, the Charles guy. I know him from the series Charmed, so
Okay.
I was like, what are we
Yeah.
gonna get?
Yeah.
But I think he did
He was fine. He was
really good with
Yeah.
like, he was so like soft and sweet that I legitimately was like, oh, he's not gonna be. And then when he like starts going crazy, I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
oh my god. So yeah, there was just things like the dimming, and I don't know. It makes me want to read the book.
Remember when Krieg throws the other mom out the window? People going through windows, man. It's always, not always, but
Is it defenestration?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here comes Johnny with his pecker in his hand. He's a one-ball man and he's off to the rodeo. It's element left and element right. Come on, you fucking dummy, get your right step right. Get off stage, you goddamn goof, Piss me off, you fucking jerk. Get on my nerves.